Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm finally back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 19 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Apologies that I haven't uploaded the last week or so. I ended up being basically pretty busy, and there was some in real life stuff that was basically happening, so I didn't really have much time to, or my priority definitely wasn't on Pokemon for the last week or so, but finally able to get a brand new team featured for you guys, and I'm pretty excited. It does feature Zekrom, which I don't think you guys have seen too much of, and I'm excited to try it out a bit. So if you guys want to try out the previous team that I was using, the team that the Justins were using, go check out the link in the description below. Justin Burns finally posted the team report and did a tournament report of it, so yeah. And as always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. Apologies for being gone. My mind is just not completely in Pokemon right now. I'm just a little bit stressed about stuff outside of the game, but I'll still do my best to continue bringing you guys content. So first opponent of the day is going to be running a Drifloon, but that's a Drifloon Koko, which is interesting. Then Xerneas, Kyogre, Incin, and a Serena. So this is where Scarf Zekrom is really interesting, because if that is modest Kyogre, I will outspeed 100% of the time. If it's timid max speed, though, I'll be slower. Being said, and you'll notice that I have a Salamence as well, and you're probably thinking, who the heck uses Salamence? Well, I may be able to actually show you its worth here. You can go Salamence, Zekrom, Kyogre. And I think I'm actually going to go stack Attacker here just for the Xerneas. Do I like that? I feel like my Koko's okay too. But an Incin is always a good Pokemon to bring, but I'm not going to. Alright, let's try this team out. I played one game previously just now, and actually we went up against Lee again, and it was a really fun game. I realized I actually brought the wrong Incineroar. Had a Blaze one in game. Definitely was not what I wanted to bring. But now we are up, and we're going to try. So the Salamence is a very interesting set. I specifically decided to be kind of those Groudon teams that were running around, but I figured it could actually provide some use. And this is actually not a bad lead for me at all, actually. Because I'm going to get the Tailwind up, as Koko will probably want a Tailwind as well. Or sorry, Drifloon will want a Tailwind as well. And you'll notice that I'm faster here with my Zekrom than the Koko because I'm Scarfed. Intimidate's not going to matter much. This is definitely a Dazzling Gleam from Tapu Koko and a Tailwind from my opponent's end. So I want to just go for a Tailwind here of my own. Drifloon, quite honestly, is not really a major threat to me whatsoever. It could disable. Just gonna Tailwind, and I really want to Fusion Bolt the Tapu Koko here, because what I'm basically playing is setting up my Kyogre just to come in and click Water Spout. Yeah, I'm actually gonna Fusion Bolt the Koko. Yep, Drifloon Tailwinds, nothing too surprising there. So I'm gonna get my own Tailwind. That's why I led Salamence. Zekrom's gonna Fusion Bolt. Let's see how much this does in electric terrain. I would think definitely over 50%. Yeah, nice. Yep, he's just going to Gleam, and I do have the Roselli Berry here on Salamence for Fairy-type attacks. Nice. And I'll get my own Tailwind up, as it's Life Orb Koko. Okay. I should survive a Shadow Ball from that Drifloon. So now I want to switch on into my own Kyogre, and just Fusion Bolt the Koko. Yeah. Basically, by playing around Drifloon, Drifloon doesn't do very much. It does get Sunny Day, though, which I have to be worried about. But that's okay. And if my opponent, like, its Stack Attack deals really well with Drifloon, deals really well with Xerneas, so it's just the Kyogre that's the main threat to me right now in the back. He's just going to Will-O-Wisp, that's totally fine. Oh, although that, yeah, I forgot I'm physical, so I think now I could survive a Bolt Strike. Or Fusion Bolt, sorry. Let's see. It'll be close. Ah, it survives with the Sliver. But I think he's going to Gleam here. Yeah, so he's going to knock himself out. I'll take that. Yeah, I could have gone for the stronger attack, but I don't want to risk missing, because I knew 2 Fusion Bolts would probably knock out Koko. I'm not going to bring out Stack Attacka for sure, given what my opponent had at the back. A Specs Thunder will just obliterate my opponent's Kyogre, especially in electric terrain. My DS is also dying. And Xerneas comes out, which is exactly what I want to see, given that I'm bringing out Stack Attacka. Okay. So with Kyogre, I'm definitely going to click Origin Pulse, I think. And I kind of want to just Trick Room here immediately. Yeah, let's go for Trick Room. And I need to get my charger. I'll be right back. Reason why I'm Origin Pulsing Trick Rooming here is because Stack Attack is going to outspeed everything on my opponent's side now. Origin Pulse still does a lot. And he's just going to Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. It does reduce Gyro Ball's damage output though, obviously. And he's going to Geomancy, which is totally okay, because if I hit this Origin Pulse, then I'm very good. Because then the next turn all I need to do is just Origin Pulse Gyro Ball again. So, alright. Not a bad turn here. Pretty ideal, actually. And I do hit Origin Pulse, which is excellent. Let's see how much Specs Origin Pulse does to +2 Xerneas and Rain. Nice. Although Gyro Ball in there would have actually just won me the game. But if I missed, for example, and I didn't get Trick Room up, then I would have been in a lot of trouble. So that's a good turn. Because Gyro Ball should still knock out Xerneas, and Kyogre is my opponent's last one, which is good to see. Given the threat of Thunder here, I think I'm just going to switch my Kyogre out into Salamence and protect Stack Attacka, because surely you have to protect Xerneas this turn. So ideally, the Kyogre thunders my Kyogre, I get knocked out. The Salamence gets knocked out, I bring in my Kyogre, and then I just Thunder and Gyro Ball for the win. But he could read this, obviously. But Salamence fainting here would be great. So I brought the Salamence because of Intimidate, and because it helps out a lot against Groudon. Alright, let's see Xerneas protect. If Xerneas protects, I think I'm good here. He would need a double, basically. Yeah, okay, good. And Scald. Into Protect, that's fine. Yeah. So he's gonna need a double Protect right now. I still got multiple turns of Trick Room. Even if he gets the double, I get Kyogre back in. I'm just gonna Flamethrower in case. Like, Flamethrower is not gonna do any damage, but I'm thinking Gyro Ball might leave it with literally just a sliver of HP. Although I don't think it will. He needs the double. He doesn't even go for the double. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, okay, nice. Excellent. So now my Kyogre should be able to just come back in and win this game now. And defense increase. Flamethrower is obviously not going to do anything. I'm curious if he's Scarf, though. He's just going to Scald again. If his Kyogre for some reason is slower than mine, that would cause a problem. Although electricity disappears, so I think I should survive a Thunder. I think we're good, but this is where having speedy... I am slightly speedy with Kyogre. I think I'm modest, max speed, but I'm Specs and not Scarfed, which is the main thing. And I think a Kyogre on this team is going to be Scarfed. Okay, well, I do get the Thunder off first. I do miss Hydro Pump, though, which is kind of unfortunate, but I don't think it'll matter. Yeah, Specs Thunder just gets a knockout. Nice! That was a really solid first game with this team. Zekrom, yeah, that was like the ideal lead for me, honestly. Even though I lost Zekrom, definitely put on a lot of pressure, attacked around Drifloon. You can see how good Specs Kyogre is. Like, Origin Pulse still did like 60% to Xerneas even after the boost. Just outright knocked out Drifloon, and put on so much pressure. And yeah, the fact that my opponent switched into Xerneas there instead of Kyogre made my life a little bit easier. I think the reason why I attacked that Tapu Koko in the beginning of the game instead of the Drifloon was because I wanted to avoid. Like, the thing with Drifloon is it's kind of annoying, but it doesn't do any damage, right? Especially in this format where there's not that much that's weak to Shadow Ball and things are bulkier. So if you attack around it, then your opponent has one attacker and one support-oriented Pokemon. Gonna go up against a rain, kind of a rain team. Kyogre Xerneas here with Ludi on Lele. So definitely a bunch of scary stuff for sure. I'm still thinking Zekrom as a lead. What would you lead against my team? Probably Incineroar. Something like Incineroar Xerneas maybe? So maybe I don't want to go Zekrom. I could also just see the Ludi coming out as a lead immediately. But if you lead Ludi without Kyogre, that would be interesting. Because I could go something like Zekrom. I like Zekrom Coco actually. I want Stack Attacka still because it's got Goggles. It can deal with Lele, Xerneas, and Amoonguss really well. And Kyogre I'm actually thinking about not bringing, but its damage output is still really, really good. I don't like Salamence here. Like, the Salamence is mainly for Groudon teams. You saw it had Hydro Pump. It actually has Roar as well, specifically for Xerneas, and so the kind of situation that you're in is like, if they try to Geomancy turn 1, I could just roar you out, but with the Ludicolo on my opponent's team, I'm a little bit more hesitant on bringing it. Now, I'm not saying the Salamence set is good by any means. I think it's really, really wonky, but having Tailwind support with this team is quite nice, and having like an offensive Tailwind user is quite nice. Like I mentioned, I specifically designed it to be kind of the more popular Groudon teams that are running around. That have Groudon, Ferrothorn, or sorry, not Ferrothorn, Cortana. So you can like Hydro Pump and Rain just to knock out Groudon with little investment. Flamethrower knocks out Cortana. We are just going to see Ludi and Kyogre come out from my opponent though. So, question is, who's got the faster electric type here? Or sorry, the faster Scarf user, if it is Scarf Kyogre. It looks like Zekrom is faster. Okay. Now I am also Sash Tapu Koko. But you could just fake out Zekrom and go for like a water spout here. Surely you must do that. So what I actually want to do is switch out into Kyogre. And just go for a Thunder into Kyogre. Yeah, let's do that. I just think here you surely fake out the Zekrom. And I have Focus Sash on Coco, so I could survive attack from my opponent's Kyogre. Okay. He's Life Orb Ludi, and he's just going to Spout. Okay. Still not the best case, though. I will survive with Coco, but my Kyogre takes a buttload of damage. I will knock out my opponent's Kyogre in return, but now Xerneas could potentially just come in. If Xerneas comes in, though, it'd actually be really interesting. This could be a really quick game. Because if Xerneas comes in, I've got Taunt on my Tapu Koko, so I'm going to Taunt and go for a Thunder onto my opponent's Ludicolo, which should knock out an Electric Terrain, given that it's Life Orb, so it's not Assault Vest or Buried. So if Xerneas comes out right now, yep. Then I should be able to knock out Ludi. I either deny, or you knock out the Kyogre and I just deny the... Deny what from going up. But by knocking out Ludi, like, my opponent doesn't have great answers against Stack Attacka otherwise. So I'm going to Thunder Ludi here and Taunt Xerneas. Yeah. This works out either way. I either deny the Geomancy. He's actually just an Ice Beam. The Coco, I guess? Yeah. That's totally fine. Because that means he's taking another chip of Life Orb, and it means I get a free switch in this next turn. And Xerneas is just going to Geomancy. That's fine. Indicating that it's pretty speedy as well. It comes down to who my opponent's last Pokemon is, I suppose. But... yeah, I'm trying to think how I could have played this game better. I would have to come to leads, honestly. Like, Zekrom Coco is nice until you realize you can just get faked out and water spouted. Actually, I think, no, staying in with Zekrom isn't good. Because then Ludi can just snipe it. Okay, so Ludi is down now. This is a really fast-paced game. I want to bring the Stack Attacka because I can protect with it. If my opponent's last one is Incin, though. If it's Incin, what would I do? I think the fact that I have two choice users makes this pretty hard. But it's Lele. Oh my. That's like exactly what you want to see when you're running Stack Attacka. And we know it's Scarf Kyogre as well, so that's not Scarf Lele. He probably has Focus Blast on it, honestly. That's what I'm expecting right now. But because we see Lele, I'm just going to Gyro Ball the Lele. Or sorry, the Xerneas and Thunder Lele. Xerneas just Dazzling Gleam. So if he doesn't have Focus Blast, Gyro Ball should knock out the Xerneas and we should be good. But if he's got Focus Blast, then he needs to hit it. He just a Shadow Ball. That shouldn't knock me out, I don't think. Nice. Excellent. I got a crit there. I don't think it matters. Gyro Ball, like, this is like max attack, stack attack. Shadow Ball is interesting, though. It does snipe Lunalos, but yeah, the stack attack is really important to deal with Xerneas, because obviously if you're running a Zekrom, you have to be worried about Xerneas. So I really want to go for the, what's it called? The Bolt Strike for the cool animation, but if it's Sash Lele, then that would be throwing. So I'm just going to Fusion Bolt and Gyro Ball. Because now my opponent has no out. 2 Fusion Bolts will definitely knock out Lele. And we do get another win. So pretty fast-paced game so far. But I'm glad that Zekrom has actually been putting in work. Yeah, I figured this last game would be really fast-paced, although I don't like how I played too much because if my opponent's last one was Incineroar, then I was actually in kind of a tricky position where you could fake out, deny my Trick Room, and then just Moonblast the Kyogre and Moonblast the Xerneas, or sorry, the Zekrom that I had in the back. I didn't have Rock Slide, so it's not like I could hit Incineroar for any damage either. So I was expecting to lose that one if Insane came out, but fortunately, for some reason, my opponent brought Lele. Probably for terrain control against my Coco, but that's exactly what I wanted to see in the back. But we take those. So far we featured a bunch of the team already. That's also why I run Sash on the Coco, specifically so that I can deal with the Kyogre-Ludi combination. I was thinking of Assault Vest as well. That could be interesting. But leading against Kyogre-Ludi, I think a better lead is actually potentially Incineroar and Zekrom. Because what you do there is you force the Fake Out onto Zekrom, and then I can just Fake Out the Kyogre. And this Zekrom is going to outspeed any modest max speed Kyogre. Or Modest Scarf Kyogres, which is typically the more common set. So if you're running Modest Scarf Ogre, then the next turn you're pretty much forced to switch out the Kyogre. Ice Beam's not knocking out Zekrom, and then Zekrom could potentially pressure Ludi with a one-shot, or it could just target down the Kyogre slot should it choose to stay in. So yeah, I chose Scarf Zekrom because a lot of people do run Modest Scarf Ogre, and having a Jolly Scarf Zekrom gets the jump on that, which I think is quite nice. Otherwise, other things about this team, yeah, you can see how important Stack Attack can be against Xerneas, and there's a reason why I think Stack Attack won that first regionals. It's going to be a really interesting Pokemon to look forward towards. Wide Guard helps out a lot as well because, you know, Kyogre and Groudon want to use spread moves like Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Precipice Blades to hit Stack Attack. You got Wide Guard, then they're resorted to single target moves, and most Groudons actually don't carry like Stomping Tantrum unless it's Choice Banded. But last opponent of the day. And we got Xerneas Yveltal, interesting. Metagross, which is really interesting. Smeargle, which I always hate playing against, and then Ludi as well. This could be a game for Salamence, quite honestly. Because if I deny the Xerneas the Geomancy, that's a huge start. I can actually see myself leading Salamence. I think Ludi here is a very possible lead. Ludi Xerneas, Smeargle Xerneas. So what do I want to do to counter that? I think the Ludi is something I'm really worried about. I want to go Zekrom. Maybe Zekrom stack. This is a really tough. Like, I don't know who to bring because all of my Pokemon are quite good here. I definitely need Stack Attacker though. I want Stack Kyogre Zekrom. Salamence could be nice for Tailwind, that's the only reason, but I don't think actually that's the way I want to approach this. It's just the Roar that's tempting. I think I'm actually going to go Salamence Stack Attacker, Zekrom Kyogre. And once again, you're thinking, Salamence, like, what the heck is it going to do here? Well, you're either going to be answered correctly, where the answer is literally going to be like, it just kind of dies or faints. Or it's the tech is going to come in handy here. So I was thinking if my opponents lead Smeargle Xerneas, or Ludi Xerneas, you've got to be worried about Trick Room, so you'd want to fake out in Geomancy. But it's Smeargle with Metagross, which is not what I anticipated at all. Interesting. That's really scary, actually, especially because of Stomping Tantrum pressure onto Stack Attacker. Gotta say, that's about the last thing I expected for my opponent. What do you do here? Stomping and Spore Salamence. You can also just fake out. I think I'm actually gonna double switch here. But a Spore could just go into Salamence, and that's my biggest issue. Yeah, I kind of even count Metagross as a factor in this game, but I think it's actually a pretty smart answer against Stakataka. And I guess my opponent anticipated me to lead with it, so that was nicely called. Ideally, it's a fake out into Zekrom and a Stomping Tantrum, because then I put on so much offensive presence this next turn. Okay. No Spore is a good start. Hammer Arm. Oh, that's an option as well. Is that banded? It's gotta be, right? Surely you wide guard here. This is where I wish I had Scald. Smeargle could protect or wide guard. You probably just Hammer Arm the Kyogre again. I think he's banded based off that damage. So I want to Fusion Bolt the Smeargle and switch back out into Salamence, because then I could get a Tailwind up. I think he would wide guard here. Maybe that's not band damage though. Maybe I'm just underestimating Hammer Arm onto Kyogre. But ideally Smeargle wide guards and Metagross just Hammer Arms the Kyogre. And Metagross switches out, that's fine. Into Ludi. That makes sense. Kind of forgot that was even a thing in this matchup. And he's gonna follow me, which is smart. Protect the Zekrom. I'll take that turn though. Yeah, Fusion Bolt's animation is pretty sick too. Okay, and there's a Sash. No wide guard. I wonder if it even has it then if it didn't use it this last turn. I could actually maybe survive an Ice Beam with Salamence. The Salamence is really bulky. I want a Tailwind here for sure. I'm gonna Fusion Bolt Smeargle and Tailwind. You would think he's gonna wanna follow me. Just to redirect Fusion Bolt away, because that's a really strong physical type attack into Ludicolo. But if you protect it, that would be kind of scary. Smeargle's scary because one Spore could really turn the game around completely. Or Lovely Kiss as well. Ludi switches out? Wow. That is a curious decision. Okay, I get a Tailwind up for free. My Salamence is quite bulky, so I think I could even maybe have survived an Ice Beam, but getting a Tailwind up for free is always really nice. That being said, it's still not over by any means. Metagross and Ludi are two very good non-restricted Pokemon against my team. Stakataka's definitely a lot less useful than I'd like it to be. And the Metagross's Clear Body really pays dividends right now. But Xerneas coming in. Wonder if this is where I can use the Roar Tech. Could just double up on a Metagross, but then Xerneas could Geomancy. I'm gonna Fusion Bolt. Because I think Xerneas might just want to attack here. So I feel like I should just be attacking here. But I don't know if Hydro Pump in Rain plus the Fusion Bolt's enough to knock out Xerneas. I really want to show off Roar, so I'm going to hope that he roars here, or Geomancy's here. Or protects, that's fine. Ideally, actually, Metagross just Ice Beams, or sorry, Ice Punches the Salamence. Because now the thing about Roar is I actually give my opponent a free switch in. But he's just going to Zen Headbutt into Zekrom. Okay. I don't have good damage output against the Ludi, which is the problem, so I'm going to Fusion Bolt Ludi here, and Flamethrower Metagross. Yeah, I was really hoping for the Geomancy. If I just Flamethrowered or Hydro Pump Metagross last turn, I'd actually be in a really good spot, but oh well. He's actually going to fake out Salamence, which is interesting. I don't feel like that's the threat you should be fake outing. Because that's a free... Oh my... Is that a crit? Yeah. I don't think that would knock out normally, but that's pretty nice. He's just going to Zen Headbutt again. Because what this means is now I get a free switch into Kyogre. I do feel bad about that crit. But I don't think it was like the worst position. Because I still have Tailwind up and range ascended, so I just get Kyogre back in. But I do need to hit Origin Pulse, which is the scary part right now. Zekrom has put in a lot of work today, though, for sure, which I'm happy about. Because that's the whole reason I wanted to feature him. I'm actually buried with the Mence as well. I haven't revealed that yet. Or I guess you guys saw in that last game. Lost for no Tailwind. No Tailwind on my opponent's end. I'm just going to click Origin Pulse. And... Hydro on Xerneas. Because the Hydro's not knocking out Metagross anyway. Xerneas probably protects, so it comes down to whether I hit the Metagross regardless. But if he just banned... That didn't look like banned damage against Zekrom, but maybe it was. Oh. Okay, he doesn't... That's fine. Because that should still knock out the Metagross. Yeah. So we're good, because now the Stack Attacker wins the game. Well, that's kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. Unless he's Focus Blast Xerneas. If I hit those, obviously I just win the game, but knocking out Metagross is more important, just because that threatens Stack Attacker more. But if he's Focus Blast Xerneas, then this duel is kind of scary. Otherwise, Stack Attacker should just come in, Gyro Ball, and seal up this game. You can see how this game kind of basically, you use Zekrom to sweep everything outside of the Xerneas. You get a lot of damage or pressure Xerneas early on. You just go from there. Regardless, I'm going to Origin Pulse here. I actually don't want to Tailwind because I think I should actually just Flamethrower to get some chip onto Xerneas. Because Stack Attacker wins this anyway. And I should Survival +2 Dazzling Gleam with the Berry. Yeah. So, I don't think he's going to have Focus Blast. But we'll see. But that's exactly why you bring Stack Attacker into this matchup. And I can't be content. I mean, I can't be sad about missing. I hit the more important target. Yeah. Don't want to Tailwind, obviously. He's just going to Moonblast. He's going for a crit right now. Nice. Woof! Let's see how much Hydro Pump does this Xerneas. Pitiful damage, but I guess Flamethrower, if anything, did more than I expected. Awesome. Woo! Good games. Interesting to not see Yveltal. Interesting to see Metagross. I feel like the biggest turn this game was my opponent just switched out the Ludi back out into Metagross. Obviously expecting some play from my end there, but getting the Tailwind up for free was so big because it meant that I could outspeed the Ludicolo. Obviously I crit the Ludi too, which is quite fortunate, but I don't think it would have been the end of the world without that crit, because even without it, I'm still thinking it does enough to Ludi where a Scarf Origin Pulse, or sorry, Specs Origin Pulse from Kyogre knocks out the Ludi, so I would just click Origin Pulse, and without the miss there in the end, it's not even really much of... But I did get lucky to be in the position that I was in anyway. Either way, though, yeah, Zekrom comes out in every game today, gets a lot of Fusion Bolts off and puts in a lot of work. I wanted to use Bolt Strike, but it's just not worth the accuracy when you can guarantee really consistent damage off an outspeed thing. So, pretty cool to see Scarf Zekrom put in some work today. Salamence actually, we brought to 2 of the 3 games and set up Tailwind, which was really essential as well. Those aren't even the matchups that I really want to bring Salamence in. The Roar Tech, unfortunately, didn't actually end up getting used, but that would have been really cool. That pretty much definitely would have sealed the game if the Xerneas Geomancy at that point. But yeah, back with the brand new team, and we get some good wins to start off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please share support by leaving a like. Sorry for being gone the last week. Just a bunch of stuff outside of Pokemon and in real life that I've been focusing on, but I'll be back this upcoming week. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.